2022 could hardly be described as a quiet year. It began with the COVID pandemic restrictions finally lifted and we could meet our family and friends again and help rebuild central London's economy. In February, we saw war return to mainland Europe after so many decades of peace, with Putin's aggressive and illegal invasion of Ukraine. And I'm really proud of the support the British people and the British government have given the Ukrainian people and its government. It is clear that this is not business as usual immigration exercise. This is not mass economic migration. This is women and children and elderly people fleeing for their lives, not knowing if they will ever see their fathers, sons, brothers, husbands ever again. Also, sadly this year, we bade farewell to our monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, and thanked her for her outstanding public service over 70 years. In Parliament, I have been very busy on your behalf. I was delighted that we could finally get the Vagrancy Act repealed since it was introduced in 1824, sending a very clear message that we must support rough sleepers, not criminalise them. I'd like to thank the Minister for his constructive discussions with myself and also for my right honourable friend, the member for Newark, who has been beside me on the front bench and the back bench now, fighting for the repeal of the Vagrancy Act. We also persuaded the government that pedicab legislation is required, a licensing scheme, and I look forward to working with the ministers in the Transport Department when their transport bill comes in and we have the pedicabs licensing scheme included. Short-term lets is a major issue across the two cities, and I'm so proud that we now are going to have a registration scheme and that my name was added onto the government amendment for that scheme. It's going to make a massive difference to neighbourhoods across the two cities. And I know so many of you are so concerned about the cost of living crisis, and particularly amongst energy prices. I'm very, very proud that the government has done so much to support people with their energy prices. And I will continue to work with ministers and with you to ensure that you have as much help and information as possible as we continue to navigate the cost of living crisis and tackle inflation. I also, during 2022, launched my fertility workplace pledge, which is in persuading major and small employers to provide more help for people who are undergoing fertility treatment. I'm delighted that companies like NatWest, Metro Bank and the Co-op, as well as Channel 4 and the House of Commons itself, are all supporting my pledge to provide more help and support for people undergoing fertility treatment. And finally, I want to thank you for the most amazing support you've given me this year, particularly around my campaigns and my petitions. Working together, we saved the number 24 bus. And now we are working together again to save the 211 hospital bus and the number 11 that goes through both cities of London and Westminster. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything you've done working with me to make the two cities a better place to live. 2023 will be just as busy. Until then, can I please thank you again and wish you a very Merry Christmas and a very, very peaceful 2023.